nerd! What can I say? I spent all my money buying action figures on eBay. But I didn't come here to chit-chat, I came here to role play. I'm coming at you in 3D, I'm keeping it real with 2 E's. Why, I am master of all that I view. At first glance, I probably appear somewhat ordinary, somewhat average looking, but this is by design. It is through decades of research and rigorous training that I have mastered this facade of normalcy. The boy who wears his comic books like their armor often sits alone. He is more comfortable with Iron Man and his own thoughts than he will ever be with a woman. It's great to be a nerd. It's great to be a nerd. Polyester is a fashion statement, but there's more room for you on the beach because we are locked in our basement. It's great to be a poorly dressed, fashionless, star-trekking, role-playing, 90-pound, wet-down, underfed genius. Yeah, it's great to be a nerd. Zany, the Italian word for clown, was a stock character in the Italian Commedia dell'arte, which often took the form of a buffoonish servant, jester, or always the butt of jokes. In modern-day literature, we see that this idea of zany has continued, as noted by medieval literature expert Kim Wheeler. Nowadays, the nerd has become the zany equivalent, often seen as a pathetic punchline. Now, this would be fine, except that we all know what happens on screen or in a book affects not only the characters, but those viewing it as well, which is turning real-life nerds into as big of a joke as their on-screen or in-book counterparts. With the poetry, I Am That Nerd by Chappie C. Schultz, The Geek Wants Out by Ernest Cline, Comic Book Armor by Jared Singer, Tale of a Nerd by Louise Strobel, It's Great to Be a Nerd by Arrogant Worms, and Salutatorians and Reliable Answers for Nerds by Kristen O'Keefe Aptowitz. A program arguing that it's time to break the nerd out of its zany shell. And now, with intense concentration, I am able to function in a social setting. I am able to converse with you without ever revealing that just beneath the surface lies an altogether different person. He is the opposite of the image I project. He is the antithesis of cool. He is the geek. The obsessive science fiction movie watching, comic book collecting, Monty Python dialogue memorizing, Dungeons and Dragons playing geek that I struggle daily to keep hidden from the world. The boy who wears his comic books like armor tries to tell her that he loves her each and every day. She does not understand. She does not understand that when he says, "You remind me of Psylocke," he is not saying, "You look like a scantily clad assassin." He is saying, "Damn, girl, you have to be a ninja. How else could you have infiltrated my life so easily?" He is saying, "Damn, girl, you absolutely have to be Psylocke because she is the only character I have ever read about who is as graceful and daring as you are." When I was 13 years old, I was called nerd. The word would hit me like a brick each time, bringing me down, down, down to a new low. Teased, shunned for utilizing a multisyllabic vocabulary. Odd, nerd, out. But the geek wants out. He wants to talk to you. He wants to kick your ass in Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. And he will, because he's a fucking geek. We never turned up a radio, never turned down a light, never tucked a bra into a coat pocket, never hid a condom in an envelope, never had a pregnancy scare. Never had to get looks from teachers, from students. In fact, never got looks. What did we get? We got extra credit, unpaid internships, anxiety disorder, or summer jobs. We were told that we were preparing ourselves in ways that our peers weren't, that we were having real life experiences. And I wish that I could say that we would have traded it all in for the magic, for the heat, for that young stickiness. But the truth is, we like to clean, like to quiet. Each heavy book on our bag, a brick, a stepping stone, a non-refundable ticket out. The boy who wears his comic books like armor is not a good lover. The way that he barely touches her makes her feel unattractive, like he's only doing this because she wants him to. This could not be further from the truth. She does not understand. He's only treating her like the only thing that he's ever loved this much before. Comic books. When he undresses her, he does so like opening the slipcover of a brand new comic. As careful not to wrinkle her clothing as he would be not to damage the plastic. When he spreads her legs, he does so carefully, so absolutely carefully, afraid that if he were to show her his true passion, he would break her spine. Knowing that just like a good comic book, she is far too precious to be damaged by two rough hands.
When I was 15 years old, I became the nerd liaison, scholastic bull and library advisory council with my brainiac brethren, and scholastic bull with the kids that I envied for their parties to which I was never invited. Nerd in the middle.
If the question is about a wife of Henry VIII, the answer is usually Anne Boleyn. If the question is about a type of seaweed used as a food additive,
the answer is usually carrageen gum.
Remember that tomatoes and pumpkins are technically considered fruits,
while bananas are actually classified as herbs.
And if you have to answer the following statement, I love you, with the question, do you love me too? And you don't already know the answer, then the response is most likely going to be no. The boy who wears his comic books like armor. One day she will leave him, because feeling special is not always as important as feeling loved. He does love her. She does not understand. He will spend the rest of his life wishing that he were Peter Parker, that he had a mask that he could remove, taking them both to new heights, swinging from building to building, suspended only by their love. This will never happen. You see, the geek can't wait. The geek has no patience.
The geek wants what he wants when he wants it.
And all he wants is stupid shit. He wants his own TARDIS, he wants his own lightsaber, he wants movies.
He wants the director's cut. He wants the impossible to find, never before seen Japanese bootleg version.
I am Jekyll, he is Hyde, I am Bruce Banner, and he is
the Hulk. Especially the Hulk issues number 272 to 378.
But no more. I am putting an end to all of this stupid nerd shit right now. I am an adult, for Christ's sake. There's not enough room in this body for two of us.
One of us has to go.
And it's going to be him. Because in the end, there can only be one. When I was 19 years old, college surrounded me with nerds. I wasn't the punchline or taking punches. No place like nerd home. Now, my best friends are those who spend hours debating the marginal cost and benefits of snow, who keep international politics as a conversational staple, who listen to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me and understand all of the jokes. I am finally okay with me. Nerd is a battle cry that proclaims that I am moving up, up, up in the world, and in true nerd form, I will live long and prosper. You're right, that was really rough.